Richmond Hill is kind of my hometown. I grew up in Thornhill, so I was in Thornhill until I was about 9, and then we moved here to Richmond Hill, and I've been living here in this house ever since. And I went to high school here. I went to 2 different elementary schools here, so I guess it kind of just became my hometown, and the band is all from here, so.
My dad is Canadian born, he is Moroccan, and my mom was born in Lithuania. Basically, I was born in Thornhill, around the same area that Samara was, up until about 3 when I moved to my house in Richmond Hill, where I just went to one public school for a little while, Silver Pines. I took music lessons in piano ever since the age of 6, I believe. I took piano lessons for about 7 years, and then I decided that piano was lame, and so I picked up a guitar, and then I basically taught myself to play guitar, and I am here now playing guitar for Sam.
I was born in the wonderful country of Romania, and I moved to Canada about 11 years ago. So, yeah, I'm an immigrant, and ever since the age of about 10 or 11, I've been playing guitar. Only recently did I pick up the bass guitar, about 4 or 5 years ago. And yeah, I mean, I've been playing it ever since, and I think I like it the best out of all the instruments ever.
I would describe the genre as blues oriented with like an indie and a rock kind of sound. So we have a wide variety of different songs, and that's what I like about it. It's really honest. It's just however the song comes out, that's how the song comes out. I don't have any preconceived notions if I want this to be a rock song, I want this to be a pop song, I want this to be anything. I just let the song kind of exist, and the guys really bring so much to every song to make it a much fuller and really unique and powerful sound. I don't think that anything else really sounds like it, so it's interesting.
I think that our sound's a mix of a lot of different sounds that you hear nowadays. I think we definitely bring the indie sound to the table, but every song's something different, right? Every song has a different meaning behind it, and each one of us try to interpret it our own way. And here we'll bring some blues, here we'll bring some jazz, and I think what we deliver overall is just a really kind of unique sound. That's the best way to describe it.
Yeah, I'd pretty much say the same thing. It was all our songs have a certain stylistic flow to it. Whereas if the song kind of sounds soft, I'll change my guitar style towards it. Obviously, the heavier songs and stuff, you can really feel some of the changes in the instrumentation a lot. Recently, actually, we've been writing, I think, pretty heavy songs compared to what was on Insides. And it's a nice change. It's a nice change up from a little slower stuff. So now it's very versatile, so now we can pretty much take it to almost any venue, really, because some of them are hard rock bars, some of them are like indie bars, blues bars, like jazz, but now we have a bit of everything.
Yeah. We have acoustic songs.
We got everything that we can just take it anywhere.
This is gonna sound weird, but I kind of try not to be influenced in a way because I really want it to be very organic and just come from me. So if I sit down and tell myself to write a song, it's not going to be a good song. But if I am really upset or really pissed or something, and I just let a song happen, it just happens. And that's how I think the best songs are written. So I try not to try to sound like anyone else or to feel influenced by anyone, really, like musically speaking. But obviously, my parents are extremely huge, big supporters of me, and I probably wouldn't have done half the things that I've done if it wasn't for them. So they really influenced me to keep on trucking, basically. And my band as well. They really influenced me to do my best and not give up and keep on playing music. There's a few women in the music industry that I really admire, one of them being Regina Spektor. I really respect the fact that she is so herself on stage and that she writes music from the heart, so I definitely look up to her. Obviously, I do have some jazz influence in my voice, so like Nora Jones and Ingrid Michaelson, stuff like that. I do think that you can compare my vocal to that, but in terms of songs, my favorite songs are either blues songs or classic rock songs. I'm a big Rolling Stones and Beatles fan. I think that their songs are simple and lovable by all generations.
In terms of bassists, not particularly, just kind of bands in general. I mean, lots of jazz and blues, like up and coming band Snarky Puppy, kind of independent from, where are they from? Brooklyn. I don't know. What about you?
One of my biggest influences is probably Stevie Ray Vaughan, late great guitarist. He actually passed away, I think, at the turn of the 90s. Tragic accident, like most rock stars. But his style of playing was just beyond me, and I always look to be what he was. And there's obviously, of course, like every guitarist, inspirations like Jimi Hendrix. But I think one of the more modern players now that I'm also trying to channel through, or my stylistic playing is kind of morphed into or paralleled with his, is Dan Auerbach of the Black Keys. I really like his style of playing and like their music. It's always like gritty, and I'm really getting into that stuff now, especially with the heavier stuff that we've been doing recently.
Well, I had the opportunity to go to school after high school. I graduated. I got a lot of scholarship offers. There were a few programs that I was looking into, but I decided not to go. And the reason that I decided not to go was because I wanted to give music a 150% chance. My goal is not to be Britney Spears or to be famous or to have billions of dollars, but it is to make a living doing what I really love to do. And I really do see myself continuing to do music. I've taken this time off of school to really put my focus on it, and I feel that I am leaps and bounds ahead of where I was a couple of years ago, and hopefully in a couple of years I'll feel the same way about now.
In about 2 years' time, I'm looking to apply to med school and hopefully get in, because that was my ultimate career choice, and I really enjoy the biological sciences, and obviously I've always been like ambitious to become a doctor, to make a career out of it, and that would be my way of living. And obviously if that was the situation, I would no longer be able to be in the band, but I would hope by that time that Samara's career would have taken off so far that she would no longer need me anyways, because she would be so big she could find a good studio guitarist just to do her next album, and that's where I'd hope she would be with me, eventually graduating from med school, having my license and stuff. And who knows, maybe I'll eventually turn to music afterwards, but I'd most likely have my medical license as like my fallback and my ultimate sustainable career that I've been working so long towards already.
Well, I'm in business school right now, so I mean, thinking realistically, probably in 10 years or so, be investment banking, something like that, some boring job, ideally. But like the dream's always going to be there of playing music that I've had since I was a kid. So, I mean, with all the work and effort we put into it, I hope that, this whole thing could take off, and we can make it.
Thank you to everyone who has supported me, to my family, my friends who have stuck it out with me throughout a lot of temper tantrums and hard times and good times. And I'm excited to share with you more music that I have coming really soon.
Thanks to all the fans who have supported us.
And
you're the reason that, we are where we are and where we're going to be going. You'll be with us every step of the way.
You might not think it, but like after shows, people even come up to us individually and be like, wow, I wish I could play guitar like you could, or I wish I played bass like you. But we really appreciate all the comments and everything, and we really do enjoy playing just for the fun of it. Like, we work for the music and we work for the joy just of playing in itself.